Okay, we are live. We are live, and I'm coming at you with five. If you guys can hear me, I'm just trying to see. I don't hear myself in the mic right now. I think okay, I can see that I'm talking loud enough. You guys can hear me. Um, Good to see all of you. See it, you all here. Welcome to another edition of Gavin Richard Presents here on on Facebook, YouTube, my channel GBlue2786, a self-entitled channel, Gavin Richard, and on Facebook. So thank you all for joining me. We're gonna wait for a few more people again. We got two people already. I wonder if Brother Bernard is watching. Let's see here. We got three people coming in. All right, come on in. Got three people that are watching right now. So I guess people have been waking up, checking out the electoral votes while they were in their sleep. Some people probably were. Um, I actually went to bed last night. I saw Trump was winning Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania in large margins. And then I woke up and all of a sudden Biden has the lead in two of those states, Michigan and Wisconsin, and they gave Arizona to him. But then they're saying Arizona was given to him prematurely. Fox News has to backtrack that. But now, now, of course, they've given it to him. They have not counted Nevada yet. Nevada won't be counted until tomorrow. So the election is not quite over. Although Biden is in the lead, I think he has 264 electoral votes to Trump's 212, or 214, although there are different networks that, according to which one you like, what poison you like, one gives him 253, the other one says 253 for Biden, the other one says 264. So it just depends. And that shows you how media works, why it's called mainstream media, because they like to build up drama and attention for you all uh, when you watch these poll results, because there's a lot of money that's made, in commercials, in advertisement, when you are watching mainstream media, mainstream network, especially with their election coverage. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, the Cash App is at the bottom, Gavin Richard Esquire, and Google Pay, gavin.gh1@gmail.com. Now, like I said, this election is actually going to be contested because there have been questions about the ballots, especially Trump is contesting mail-in ballots, stuff in Wisconsin. I know it's being contested due to the fact that it was so close in Wisconsin. If it's about 1% of which a candidate loses, then they have a right to demand a recount. So he is doing that. He is also filing suit in uh, different states, including, excuse me, Pennsylvania and Georgia. Now, I have heard and I've seen videos of people that have complained about stuff that happened in Arizona, and it's across the country apparently, with Sharpies being used for uh, ballots, actual ballots, and being put in the machine, and those votes being thrown out. I've heard other reports of votes being thrown out in some Trump places. So I can imagine, guys, and it didn't surprise me because I was talking with Judge Joe Brown, and he told me uh, all sides, Democrat and Republicans, do cheat during presidential elections. So could they be doing that with Donald Trump? It's a possibility. I don't put anything past them, but this might be deja vu and karma from 22 years ago in 2000 when Al Gore, won the presidency. He didn't carry Tennessee. Tennessee was his home state. And Florida, of course, which was the home of Jeb Bush, the governor of Florida at that time, who was the younger brother of the Republican candidate George W. Bush, son of George H. Walker Bush, which was Herbert Walker Bush, who was the 41st first president of the United States. So it doesn't surprise me, obviously, when you have elections like this being contested. What's up, Jay Harris of the Jay Harris podcast? Now, so it doesn't surprise me that this is going to go down to the Supreme Court. And of course, Trump has Republican candidates, well, a strong conservative majority up there who I'm sure will probably help him out. I really don't know, and at this point, guys, I don't really trust mainstream media at all with stuff with reporting. You guys have heard me talk about something that's called journalistic integrity, and that is missing. Let's put these back in. Although I still can't hear myself talk through this. So I don't know why I'm weird. I just think it's cool, and maybe you guys can hear me a little better. Sorry if I'm yawning. I'm a little tired. I've had a long day. I mean, I actually got some work I'm gonna be doing. I'm here in Baton Rouge right now, enjoying myself. But yeah, stuff I'm working on, personal things, work, some work that I'll be doing. But I like I said, I don't think this thing is over. Now, what I wanted to talk about that was important that made me was this, and I'm going to share this with you. It states that black men uh, caught the attention, obviously, of Donald Trump, and more than 18% of the black male voters voted for Donald Trump in this election, which, from what I've read, he also, he being Donald Trump, received or got the highest percentage of black male voters in over 60 years. Uh, what's up? What's up, man? I see you, Wilson. All right, Purple. I see you. So, says here support for the Democratic presidential candidate reached a new low among black men this year, according to the NBC News poll of early and election day voters. It says 80% of black men supported Joe Biden, which was down slightly from Hillary Clinton's 82%, but significantly down from Barack Obama's level of support of black men in 2012 and 2008. Now, he received, being Obama, received 95% of black male vote. He received 96% of the black female voters. He also got consistently 96% of black women and 87% of black men. So that had gone down. What most people don't realize now, with regards to and what a message that has been sent today, black men will no longer. Biden got 91% of black female voters. Now, what is happening right now, guys, is that black men, and I knew this was going to happen, whether Biden got in or not, but they were going to find a way to blame black men in some way, shape, or form for anything that happened in this election. If Biden had lost, it would have been because, oh, these Negroes voted for Donald Trump. They went and they didn't vote. If Biden had had won, of course, what you see now is posts from people like Janae Smollett, who says the following: once again, the sisters have to save the day. I'm gonna show this tweet for you. She says, "Black women always gotta save the day." Hold on a second. There you go. Child, what else is new? Vote him out. Vote. Every vote counts. And I see a sister, Ioba Melo, says, get back over there and worry about biracial business. Lord. Okay. She goes hard. on stuff like that. And, Tariq has been talking about it, you know, it was black women who saved the Democrats. In Detroit, they had a lot of neat black people, foundational black Americans that showed up and saved Joe Biden and and Kamala Harris in Detroit, saving Democrats, and we received the backlash. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about that aspect of it, but what I wanted to talk about was why there was an increase in black male voters. That's Juicy Smouye's sister. Juicy Smouye, as Dave Chappelle stated. But as I was talking with Judge Joe and Valerie Denise Jones and others earlier today, there's a reason why black men turned up today turned up and voted for Donald Trump. There's a reason why black men voted third party. There's a reason why black men have ignored the Democrats. And, excuse me one second. And that is because, first and foremost, black men are looking out um, for themselves, looking out for their families and what is in their best interest and not in a particular interest of a party. The Democrats, for years, for the last several years, have taken the African American community for granted. Now, people ask me, why would I say something like that? Like, how can you say that? Well, look at what they support versus what we support. You know, they support, they do not support reparations, affirmative action, which even if they do support it, it benefits other minority groups, particular white females. They support abortion, they support LGBTQ. They are supporting illegal immigration. And even though those are so-called minorities, what you saw in that video about the brother and sister who were celebrating, I guess, a birthday, and they went into that sushi bar in Atlanta, and the owners would not allow them in over sneakers, yet they had the white woman sitting at the bar with sneakers on. And nevertheless, they threatened. He got upset. The brother got upset. They threw him out, and they got T.I. to accept an apology for him. Now, I'm not here. I don't want to deviate from what I'm about to say with regards to why black men have shown up and did that for Trump. It wasn't so much that they like Donald Trump or his rhetoric. It's because they want to push things forward. They are tired of being taken advantage of. They are tired of being the scapegoats. They are tired of the gender divide that is being pushed. Now look what the Dems have done. We have our women that are speaking against us. And black men, we're tired of that. I'm really proud. Now, I was on the phone today with somebody and he asked, why would anybody want to vote for Donald Trump when he is talking and communicating with white supremacists? Well, Joe Biden ain't that far from the white supremacists either. If anything, he's further than Donald Trump. His legacy, his rhetoric that he spoke in regards to the crimes bill, in regards to the bills before that, these drug enforcement bills that he endorsed and created with people like Strom Thurmond in the 1980s, his comments on school busing and against integration, that's all documented. His association with segregationists like your Strom Thurmond, Roy Farbus, and James Eastland, doing Robert Byrd's eulogy as well as Strom Thurmond's eulogy. Those are things we don't forget. Now, before you tell me about, well, people change and so forth. Okay, yeah, people do change, but still, what it is about is it's about tangibles. It's about providing something in exchange. That's all voting is. You give your vote to someone and you ask for and you expect to receive benefits, quid pro quo. And every ethnic group, probably with the exception of us, because we're voting out of fear, we're voting for, um, you know, make history. We give our votes blindly to this particular party. We don't ask for anything, and they don't give us anything. Now, some of you may not like what I have to say. Well, then this conversation is not for you. But you see, I'm someone that is not emotional. I'm looking at this from a logical perspective. I understand politics. I had 4 years as a political science major. Now, I didn't think that this election was going to come down to the wire like it did and has. Uh, I certainly thought, based off what I had seen, you know, especially from polls, and this should also tell you you can't rely on polls either because there were initial polls going in to the election saying that Trump's approval rating was about 56%. So for the fact that it dropped like that tells you that polls are not accurate. We should learn from even what happened with Hillary that this happened. What's up? I see Ashley Perkins is in. What's up here? What's up? So yeah, so this is about tangibles. And we didn't stay on code with this. I'm sick and tired of, first and foremost, us fighting over which master we prefer. Regardless of, okay, Joe Biden's going to get in the White House. First thing he has stated what he's going to do, he has stated publicly his first 180 days is 100 days in office is to pass the Equality Act. I'm concerned about that, but I'm more concerned about his stance on the Second Amendment. He's talked about implementing a buyback program for AR-15s and AK-47s. Kamala Harris has said the same thing. He wants to appoint Steve Buttigieg. Not Buttigieg. Is it? Who's the? He's a former. It's not Buttigieg. I apologize. He was running for president actually earlier too. Well, the name escapes me right now, but I mean, this guy even talked about taking AR-15s. He said, "Hell yeah, we're going to come after you at your AR-15s and AK-47s." And what that means is that they are going to force you to be in a gun registry, something that's never happened in the history of the United States. Beto O'Rourke, that's his name. Beto O'Rourke. It's also a trick bag with that Lift Every Voice plan that he has. What's up, Jaleel? Because that Lift Every Voice, while it's more detailed than what Trump's platinum plan was, I think if Trump should have been more specific about what he was going to do. If he had even said that he was going to give reparations to Black Americans, then he would have had the vote. I think he would have increased the Black vote even higher than what he did if he had done that, but he didn't. But yeah, it's strip bag tactics. But if you look at the Lift Every Voice plan, the word minority is mentioned about 19 times. And so uh, that relates to Kamala Harris. She's already started a plan for Indian Americans under the H-1B visas. We're going to be pushed further into a permanent underclass. And that is why Black men could not and did not vote for Joe Biden because they saw the writing on the wall. And shame on you all, who, including Janelle Monáe Uh, Charles ain't nothing but a fucking simp. That's what it is for the Democratic Party. And I'm saying that because, not because of what you believe, you can vote for who you want, that's your business. But I hate this shaming stuff that you're trying to do against black people, because black men in particular, because of they want to be independent, think, and leave this plantation. So what? If I did, even if I did, what are you going to do about it? If I voted for someone you don't like, if I voted for Trump, and I didn't. I actually voted third party, and I'll share that with you. I have not voted really for a Democrat since, with the exception maybe of Barack Obama, and that's my prerogative. Like Bobby Brown, I can live how I want to live. It's my prerogative. And these brothers, it's their prerogative too. They're sending a message, and the positive thing about that now, you saw how significant that shift was, is that now the American people, the Democrats are looking at that. The Republicans are also looking at that and know that we can be a major factor. Our vote is for sale. That's a good thing. Don't be shaming black men and brothers because they think out the box. If they do something to hurt you personally, that's one thing. But don't shame them because you all, it's real interesting how we all talk about, you want them to exercise their right to vote because that's your voice. If you don't vote, you don't have no voice. Well, what happens if you do vote, you vote for the wrong people? Do I get to shame you? I mean, if Joe Biden's policies don't work out, if they are, if it's reminiscent of what he has done in the last 40 years and Kamala Harris's work in the last 20 years, then should we not blame these vote tips since they put him in office? There's always a punching bag. You're right, Jaleel. There's always a punching bag, and we have everlast written on our face. But this is actually a good thing. What's up, Boss and Queenie? This is actually a good thing, though, of what black men did. And yet, I think there is certainly a gender war, sadly, that it's implemented in our community right now. And this I don't see an end to it at this time. This is something that's going to be around for a while because you got reporters like your Charles Blow and Janae and all these other people. Janelle Monae is the same thing too. Steve Harvey, of all people, he should shut the hell up. Now, I like Steve Harvey, as an entertainer, but that's as far as it is. We shouldn't be listening to entertainers anyway, especially if they ain't got no education. He's entitled to his opinion, but the way you talk down to black men because they don't think the way that you want or vote the way you want, who the hell do you think you are? Everybody is not going to agree with what you say. That's the way America is supposed to work. We are a country founded on the values of uh, freedom of speech, difference of opinion. That's what freedom of speech means. Speak your mind. Freedom to exercise your religious beliefs. Freedom to from the government to interfere in your religious practice and influence your religious beliefs. Freedom of the press. Press is something different. Press should act with integrity, journalistic integrity. That's not here anymore. This is for ratings. When you watch CNN and Fox News, MSNBC is even worse. You get your news right here. You get your news with the new black media. You get your news listening to your Nicole's View, your We All Be News with Ron Hurd, King B.J. Johnson, Sean James, Torian Rain, True Royal Family, Professor Black Truth, Tariq Nasheed, Judge Joe Brown, The Black Authority, Vicki Dillard. I can go on. Boyce Watkins, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And Trump also increased black women. Yeah, he did. He also doubled that. That's true. I forgot about that. Thank you, Jaleel. Yes, that's true. He increased black women female voters as well. Uh, that's another thing. Some sisters are not buying this stuff. And it's been going up ever since. I wasn't going to be on here long, guys, but I wanted to talk about that and get that off my chest. I do not like what I'm seeing. The games that these people are playing. And we got to be careful. We got to be careful with not only for what's going to be happening in the next few months, because, and not even so much from these Republicans, it's Democrats that I'm even scared of as well. Don't let these people stress you out. I don't get stressed out. I try not to get stressed out by, that's good, Boss of Queen. Boss of Queen, excuse me. No, I didn't want to talk about that wrong because we're at the point where even me speaking about stuff like this, somebody doesn't like it, they can find out where I work at, although I'm self employed. But nevertheless, they can affect my business, they can do anything. And, you know, if let's say I was working with somebody, they could try and get you fired. That's right, perky ass. Yeah, perky ass. Yeah, no tangibles, no vote. And honestly, I ain't like I said, I'm not mad at those brothers. It's black men. There was a message that was sent here, and those people, even when they call Trump a racist, remember, they mentioned his stuff, his dealings, especially with those apartment complexes that he rented out. The issue was actually the white neighbors that were there were the ones that initiated that lawsuit. He was just the landlord that was there, and they had an issue with low income housing that was there. And be honest, there are a lot of black people that don't like Section 8 housing, low income housing around them too. In my neighborhood, in the middle, in District E, one of the worst things, and let me be clear, I'm not a prejudiced man at all, but when Morial, because it was under Morial when he became the mayor of New Orleans, and they started putting all of that out in District E, in New Orleans East, the neighborhood changed completely. Now, it wasn't the only reason why the neighborhood changed. I have to say that because at that time, a lot of whites were leaving New Orleans East in that area. And then the other, and businesses, of course, sooner or later left with it. Now, one thing I can tell you too, another thing is that when people mention what he did with the Central Park Five, which I agree was horrible, was racist. Remember this too. A lot of black people, even back then, believed that those men were guilty, that those kids were guilty. A lot of black people believe that. Hell, the boys' parents. Remember, I can't name all of their names, but the one brother whose dad, if you saw the movie, his daddy was trying to get him to confess to the police. His daddy had a record and rap sheet and scared him into getting his own son, tricked his own son into confessing. And at that time, a lot of people believed they were guilty. And of course, this was before social media. This was before, I guess, the DNA, how effective DNA has been, that it has exonerated a lot of people who've been locked up for long sentences. Janelle Monae basically says "fuck you" to any man that voted for Donald Trump. In fact, that was on Tariq's page this evening. Yeah, Tariq has it right here. You know, and frankly, even if people didn't like what I said, especially on here, I don't even give a damn about that because right now, it's crisis time. This is the time you need to speak up. This is the time to man up because otherwise, people are going to start walking over you. But that's what Janelle Monae said. Yeah, that's her there. Fuck Donald Trump and every American citizen, celebrity, white woman, black man, etc., who supported him. Burn. Same. And let me also talk about uh, Maxine Waters, James Brown. Yeah, I said it because she gonna get this too. She got to get this too. I was so disgusted by her comments about black male voters voting for Trump. She says it's unforgivable for black men to vote for Trump, yet her starter campaign, from what I heard, wasn't done in the hood where her office is located, and it's actually that area is one of the poorest sections, District 43, in the United States. But she's also started her campaign actually at this white millionaire's mansion, from what I've heard. Judge gave me some facts today. I'm giving you, he told me some stuff. So she can kick rocks too. And I don't care if anybody don't like this. You know where I'm at. She was wrong for that. The hell is she to say that she would not, black men can't be forgiving? She hangs out with Gloria Allred. Gloria Allred, of course, is one of this racist ass white lady. You guys know her, that basically has a problem with black men. All the black men that she goes after for messing with white women, allegedly, and scamming them out of their money, like she did with Bill Cosby, like she did with Michael Jackson, O.J. Simpson, Tiger Woods. She came at Usher, her daughter too. Her daughter is Lisa Bloom. She's the same. Remember, they came at Usher with some BS. They came at Tiger. Even when they came at Usher, the reporters that were there were shaking their heads because they couldn't believe it. Remember, Bill O'Reilly got fired because he said she looked like James Brown. Said a James Brown wig on. That's what you said. I knew Joe Collins was going to lose, but I don't understand why y'all keep voting for the same people that do the same thing. They don't get you no results. I never understood that. And I know the guy is young. He's not. He's new. He's a Republican, but Maxine Waters has been there forever and hasn't done anything. Enough is enough. It's time to nut up or shut up. Janelle Monae, Janelle Monae wants to be a man. Yeah, she voted for Biden. They all stood on code. They all stood on code. They all stood on code and voted for her. Uh and vote, well, I shouldn't say stay on code. Black people, we didn't stay on code with this election. We keep doing the same thing over and over again. And this is why we're gonna be at the bottom. We're being pushed into a permanent underclass because we keep falling for the same shit. Y'all honestly think y'all gonna be ready for a revolution? You got another thing coming. You're not ready. Wouldn't be able to start a revolution anyway because in a few months, once Biden gets sworn in, you're probably not going to be able to buy any guns. Not no AR-15 or AK-47. Better get it now while Trump is in office because it's not going to be there in January. January. Well, look, Boss of Queenie says Auntie Maxie's district out there has been poor and has never changed for the better in a major way, sadly. Yeah, man. So why do these people keep getting elected? I don't understand it. We have sense. You guys drop a comment if you like this video. Uh, I'd appreciate it if you like it. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Jaleel, I'll say this in closing. The Supreme Court, I'm pretty sure, is watching this because they know they're going to be called. I don't think it's over just yet. I do not think it's over just yet. And I think the first thing black people need to do is you still show up on inauguration day. We still going to demand tangibles. We still going to demand things that will be done since so-called black people carried this vote and helped carry it. We want these things. And if he's not, and we hold him, if he's not going to do it, we're going to get this benign neglect, which I imagine it will. Then we're going to step on these VOTEP snakes. We're not going to let up the end of it. Roland Martin, beware. Same thing with Joy Reid, Tamron Hall, Steve Harvey, all of them. All right. That's all I wanted to talk about tonight, man. You guys be safe, be blessed. Please hit the Cash App, Gavin Richard Esquire. Donate at Google Pay at gavin.grich1@gmail.com. But I am proud of the black men who spoke up. And if you get laughed at, called names, just flip them the finger or don't say nothing at all. You don't know what? You can say something, but you took the bullet. We took the bullet for this. You sent the message. We all sent the message. We're not to be taken for granted. And it's their problem if they don't understand that. So you're not nobody's slave. I'm not nobody's slave. I stand on my own 2 feet. and that's how we gotta be. So, with that said, guys, this has been another edition of Gavin Reshaw Presents, only on YouTube, on Facebook, and my channel G Booth 2786. Sorry, sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm really excited. It is November, of course, because we got the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and be with my family. And I don't know, I like this time of year. So nice and I like it when it's not hot. So uh, it's cool in this room. But you guys be safe, be blessed. Uh, I have no idea who will win. I mean, I think Biden now is going to win, but Trump is going to challenge it, and it just depends on what the Supreme Court says. So that's what it's going to come down to. But you guys be safe and be blessed. I'll holla. Peace.